had a couple of good drives into the paint area, just unable to convert on that floater. But interesting to see. Donovan's going to have to get going here in this quarter for the Cavs.
They are now 2 of their last 14 from the floor. This Vaughn battling for position with Duncan Robinson. The first foul period against the Cavaliers.
And there's so much respect for Duncan Robinson, particularly as a screener. How do you defend that? Cleveland having done that last play, as you mentioned, making them pay.
Duren on the outside, 8 to shoot. Cunningham surveys. Duren's going to attack right at Mobley. The slow step for the
Duren have all that much success in those off-the-dribble isolations, but there he wins the battle, and maybe that jump starts his offense.
Merrill drive and kick. Open man is Mobley, and he's on target.
Well, he finally time there. I like that for him. Better than the pull-up off the bounce three.
Still a lot of contact between Robinson and Merrill. Now Robinson will drive, he'll float, and he's fouled. Merrill
to get aggressive. We saw a nice rim run and seal off the bounce there. He's starting to get going and needs to contribute inside for the Pistons.
Meanwhile, that's the second foul on Sam Merrill in the first 90 seconds of game 1. Missed the second half of game 1, missed game 2. And Kenny Atkinson felt like they missed his presence in the second half of game 1 and certainly all of game 2.
Well, no, it's something to watch.
Face guarding Donovan Mitchell. These are the numbers that kind of back up Kenny Atkinson's point. This year, they were 37-15 when Sam Merrill played. He missed a number of games with hand, hamstring, ankle, and hip injuries. They went 15-15 in those 30 games without.
That's a great stat.
I agree. Shout out to our department for putting it together. Mitchell, kick it. Strus, open look. Hits a three.
Well, Mitchell has it in finding his open shooter in Max Strus.
Cleveland now 5 of 14 from 3. Detroit efficient 4 of 8 to start this game. LeVert, tough one. That goes.
It really is. He is feeling it. Doing it in a variety of ways.
His highest of this playoff run already with 12 points. Mobley had it stripped by LeVert.
Maybe a little bit of an overhelp there from Ron Holland. You give up a wide open 3, and then Karis LeVert snaking this thing back. Sam Merrill in the picture.
Strus with space. Short on this 3. Thompson back on the floor with the 2 fouls. Duren, Robinson, Cunningham, and LeVert. LeVert. And he finally cools off. That's his second miss so far tonight. Mitchell drive and kick. Strus on the attack. Floated inside. A little high for Evan Mobley and a turnover. And then takes it right back. Strus taking off for 2.
Wow.
Duren will try. Comes up short. Screen for Merrill. Mitchell put the head down on Robinson. Outside Harden. Merrill, the open man, connects on a 3.
In a row here. The Strus is loose with the juice. And the dribble penetration leading to open 3s. And the Cavs are rolling.
Well, I learned from the best. Ours here, you got to show up.
No doubt. The NBC tradition continues as Thompson finishes enough to get the whistle.
But Grant, early offense again, early attack from Mobley, and it leads to a wide open catch and shoot 3 for James Harden.
So Robinson will pick up his second team foul against Detroit. Dean Wade and Schroeder check in here for Cleveland with Merrill, Mobley, and Harden, and a kickball out of bounds off of Cunningham with a starting 5 out there for the Pistons. Points for Detroit off of those turnovers. It has been a theme throughout these playoffs so far, and this series in particular. The team who has won that turnover battle has generally won the game. Another good look, and another hit for Merrill.
You talked about Mets on dribble penetration, and Cleveland just making them pay from the 3-point line.
11 points, 4 assists for Harden, and then the strip on Duren. Schroeder off to the races. He'll slow it down and wait for reinforcements. It's Harden against Robinson on the drive and the kick.
Fantastic pass in transition there from Harris. And look, right now, Detroit, they haven't played well. It's a tie game here.
They're leaving Merrill, and he can't make him pay this time.
He's so impressive. Always gets the shot that he wants right there. And Harden and Schroeder and unable to stop him in transition going to the rim.
Well, Grant, the fourth fast break point for Detroit. So I love that off that stop, Detroit was opportunistic, that they looked to go get there.
Now 8 points and 4 assists, coming off his second triple-double in his playoff career. That's now tied for the most in Detroit history with Isaiah Thomas. But the 6 second-half turnovers really plagued his team down the stretch, and he took full accountability for it post-game. Schroeder, 8th three of the night for Cleveland compared to just 4 so far for Detroit. Cunningham working on Wade on the drive and the kick. Thompson gets it right back to him. 6 to shoot. Hook it inside. Good catch in traffic for Thompson. Nearly traveled. Then he threw it over for LeVert. Jenkins out there as well with Cunningham, Duren, and Harris. Barrett Allen back on the floor. Wade, Harden, Schroeder, and Merrill round out the 5. It's past the midway point of the second. Schroeder had it knocked away. Picked clean by Harris on the fast break. LeVert, that was awkward, but it was effective.
But it's been anything the Cavs have got to guard against. Active hands there. I believe Tobias Harris, he gets a piece, and that starts the break for the Pistons.
First points off of turnovers for Detroit, and they get another one on that next possession. 5th turnover of the night for Cleveland during the early post. And he was so...
Has given up 22 three-pointers where Cleveland's made 8. But every time Cleveland goes into the paint, Detroit's hands are there. And they are not going to let him
to throw it out to Dean Wade and make him be a volume 3-point shooter.
Half the shot clock on here for Cunningham. Now it's Harris against Harden. We're going to back him down with 5 to shoot. Cross, drive. Harris had a block by Jared Allen, but recovered by Stewart. Evan Mobley getting right back to the basket.
And I like when Mobley puts it on the floor, gets to the basket, uses that length to his advantage. From Mobley, but once again, his activity, his energy, his impact on the defensive end, it's noticed.
And the struggles continue as tonight on Prime Video. Game 4, Oklahoma City goes for the sweep in LA at 10:30 Eastern time. Then Tuesday, which is tomorrow, NBC and Peacock, Minnesota, 8 p.m. Eastern time. For more on these games, please go to NBA.com or visit the NBA app. Were you guys curious? Well, I realized in my head, that's tomorrow.
It kind of felt like a Sunday, so I'm glad you clarified.
All right. I'm glad that you feel so comfortable with us that every day feels like Sunday. LeVert on the drive, and he has pulled off substantial.
Pistons fouls on number 28, Isaiah Stewart. His second, Kings 4.
Talking to the official, he thought he had been fouled, and Jared Allen.
Mobley right back to Mitchell. Trying to go 2-man game. It was knocked away into the hands of Harden. Strus back on the floor, attacking on LeVert. And Strus had it stripped off his leg out of bounds.